Hey besties, welcome back to the Cozy Corner. It's your girl Jen, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm just a college student at Cal State Dominguez, and I love talking about books with you guys and everything else. But if you're not new here, welcome back to the chaos. I won't lie, we are already in June. At the recording of this video, it is May 31st, 2026, and we are going to be talking about our May TBR. Now, I won't lie, a solid half of these books I don't actually have on physical yet, so I'll be reading them either via audio and or Kindle version if it's on Kindle Unlimited, which a lot of these are the ones that I don't have on physical. But getting into it, I want to talk about the first book that I'll be reading with you guys, and that is Two Can Play by Ali Hazelwood. This came out a few months ago. I want to say either last month or the month before, and I've just been really excited to read it, especially because it's only 189 pages. That is less than 200 pages. That is easily able to be put away in a day, and I'm very excited to read it. Where essentially, from what I can gather, I want to say, well, you know what, let me just read the blurb, right? Level up with the spicy enemies to lovers novella set in the world of video gaming, now for the first time in print. Whether it's actually enemies to lovers, I'm not quite sure. But Viola Bowen has, either Viola or Viola Bowen, has the chance of a lifetime to design a video game based on her all-time favorite book series. The only problem is her co-lead is Jesse fucking Andrews, aka her arch nemesis. Jesse has made it abundantly clear over the years that he wants nothing to do with her, and Viola has no idea why. When her bosses insist that a wintry retreat is the perfect team building exercise, Viola can't think of anything worse. Being freezing cold in a remote mountain lodge, knowing Jesse is right next door, no thank you. But as the snow piles on, Viola discovers there's more to Jesse than she knew, and heat builds in more ways than one. There's also a bonus chapter in this book. Highly recommend at least giving it a go, because I definitely will. And I know that Ali Hazelwood will take me for a ride, but it'll be fun, it'll be juicy, it'll be spicy, and I'll just be giggling and kicking my feet the entire time. Afterwards, I plan to finish the the Legacy of God series. So we have God of Ruin, God of Fury, and God of War. I do know that God of Ruin is following, I want to say, oh my gosh, who is it following? It's following Landon and Mia. Landon is all these guys have ASPD. I forget what the acronym stand for, but essentially it's like an emotional, detachment disorder, essentially. Basically like psychopathy and things like that. And then we are also following Mia, who is mute, but she can understand, she can hear words and understand them. She's not deaf, she's just mute. There was something that happened to her as a young child, and she can't speak anymore. The next book is God of Fury. This is everyone's favorite book, and I am excited to see why. We are following, who are we following? We are following Nikolai and Brandon. Brandon is like a goody two shoes, and Nikolai is just crazy. He is very hyperactively crazy. Next, we're going to be doing God of War. This is Eli's and Ava's story. I don't know. I'm on book 3. I just finished it, and I just finished book 3, and I'm not quite convinced yet about Eli and Ava's story. Obviously, I'm going to read it. It's being hyped up to the point where it's like they're like giving you little breadcrumbs of like why these characters are the way they are, why they don't like each other, why they hate each other, blah 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 blah. I'm not convinced. You know what I'm saying? But that is what it is. Next, we're going to be delving into Hexed. This is only because it is the last book in the Never After series by Emily McIntyre. I'm guessing it's going to have to do with a Little Mermaid retelling, and it's just going to be some random morally black characters doing morally black things. I don't personally like the Never After series. I'm only literally reading this book just to finish off the entire series and be done with it, so I can finally just get it off my mind, get it off my mental shelf, and just be done. Next, though, what I am looking forward to is reading the Hunger Games series. I haven't read it. Yeah, I watched the movies up until the Catching Fire Part 1 and 2. Really loved them. I just never read it for some reason. And so now I have these really pretty editions, as you can see back here. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, the Mockinjay. I want to say this is Hunger Games, yeah. And this is Catching Fire. And then this is the Sunrise on the Reaping. I don't know. I want to read them in publishing order, but should I read them in chronological order? Let me know. I'm not quite 100% sure, just because I don't know. I don't know what I'll do yet, but I'm thinking that I'll probably read the trilogy first and then go into the prequels. But knowing me, I might just read them in chronological order as far as the storytelling goes. I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm losing my voice right now. It's been a pre-recording day. I'm trying to pre-record so that I can focus on school and classes and stuff, because it's summer school time and your girl's gonna be busy as fuck. But if you've never heard or read or watched the Hunger Games trilogy, what the fuck are you doing? Are you living under a rock? That's crazy. But if you've never heard of the series, as far as the books, as far as the movies go, you're essentially following Katniss Everdeen, and every year they do like the Hunger Games challenge. Like essentially, it's like an all-out like free-for-all type of situation. Like everybody tries to kill the other person, and the last person standing wins. Their family gets like a reward of like food or whatever the fuck they need for like the next year or so, and then and so on and so on. And essentially, this girl's her name is Katniss Everdeen. Her younger sister ends up getting picked as like the tribute member, I guess. And so of course you guys all know the meme of like I volunteer as tribute, and that's essentially like Katniss Everdeen being like, hey, I will take my sister's place because I don't want her to die. And yeah, that is what it is. So essentially they end up going through the Hunger Games trial, all out war, free for all competition match, if you will. And these very higher up people are like very corrupt, very like audacious in their personalities, very audacious in their clothing wise, their clothing choices. It's honestly kind of reminiscent of like our Met Galas that we like, watch today, but this is like Hunger Games, like dystopian-esque, right? And then that's basically she ends up meeting some guy named Peeta. There's like a romance between them two, although I'm pretty sure it's not like the biggest thing. And then, somebody wins, and then the story goes on from there. I don't want to say too much else, because if you haven't watched The Hunger Games and you don't know what The Hunger Games is about, like, you have literally been living under a rock. This is like the crazy series that everybody's obsessed with, especially because the Sunrise on the Reaping movie is coming out soon, and I'm trying to read the books first and then watch the movie and then watch all of the movies and then be caught up with the whole series. But last but not least, I have the Your Knife My Back and My Blade Your Knife My Heart and My Blade Your Back duology by K.M. Morinova. I read the what is it called? I'll have it up here. It's a very specific like anime Korean manhwa like style art, but oh god, I forget what it's called. Let me just look it up real quick. Like, that would be a great opportunity, right? Leave Me Behind. That book is essentially about two people who end up going on the same squad, becoming the same, like part of the same group of squad. They end up going on this this mission, and it goes horribly wrong. They're enemies to lovers. They end up doing some crazy shit to each other, and it comes out later. It's a lot. I don't know what My Knife Your Heart and Your Blade My Back is about, but I do know that I'm going to fucking love it. Actually, let me just give you... these two both came out last year. That's why it's going crazy. So it's a dark romance novel, the first in the Dark Forces series, about a clinically insane assassin, Cameron Mortem, and a former assassin, Emery Mapes, who are forced together in a brutal military boot camp called the Under Trials, where they must navigate a violent world and a dangerous addictive connection. Cameron is a lethal but unstable asset and is sent to the Under Trials, where he's tasked with not killing the new recruit Emery. They're forced to work together in a brutal environment, and a violent emotional bond forms between them. So very similar to the relationship style of the FMC and MMC in the Leave Me Behind novel, but I already know it's going to be hectic and insane, and we're basically reading dystopian and dark romance this month. I won't lie, I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited for the insanity that's about to occur. I already know Hunger Games is going to have me crying my fucking eyes out, but you know what? That's what the dark romance is for. I feel like that's actually a very like good, not good, but like a very decently distracting like mix, so that you are able to at least go from dystopian and crying and in torture and in horribleness to like just insane and yeah, that'll be fun. Anyway, yeah, so those are going to be the 12 books that I plan to read this month. If I have the time, I will probably read some more books, but that you'll just have to figure out or learn when I go through my June TBR wrap-up video. But if you guys can already tell, my voice is going crazy. It's just going. It's just going to be gone soon. But if you have not already done so, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss when I upload a brand new video. I try to upload every Saturday, but school does get into the way sometimes. Like the video if you haven't already, and comment down below if you've read any of these books, and if you haven't read these books, but you have read other books by specific authors, let me know in the comments so that I can look at them with you guys and put some more books on my TBR, because that is just my life right now. But anyways, I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.